Good morning. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. So glad that you are with us today. We are live with our friend Scott Aaron. So make sure and share this out. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer, Country Vitamins, Liz Lawless and her book publishing, and Healing for Wounds. For more information on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer and how they support those going through cancer and build community, go to perspectivesoncancer.com. For more information on Country Vitamins in Corvallis, Oregon, and their amazing vitamins and supplements, go to countryvitamins.com. And for Liz Lawless and her amazing publishing services, go to lizlawless.com. And finally, for Healing for Wounds, they're regenerative wound care specialists. Go to healingforwounds.com. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. And whatever time it is where you are, I am so blessed and thankful that you're here today. You know what? It's morning for me, but who knows what time it might be for you. But I'm so thankful that you are here. And today is going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I just to tell you that we are 1 week away from the release of Life Happens and Then You Choose. That's right. The book is out next Monday, November 3rd, and I'm very, very excited about that. In fact, just received my most recent or for my first author copies. Hang on a sec here. There you go. I want to bring one out here. I am so excited. It's looking good. And the book is ready to roll. So please, please, please join us next week. We have so many great things happening. And I'm just going to start off with that because I am so jazzed and excited about all we have going next week. So we have 3 shows next week that we will be doing. Of course, we have Marketing with Russ at 8 a.m. PDT. And don't forget that this will include a lot of my friends coming and going, and you are welcome. We'll have an open link next week as well, followed by an interview on the Experience Local Live with Russ and Scott. My good friend and co-host Scott will be interviewing me about the book. And then finally, at 4 p.m. PDT, Russ Reels Live, we'll have another show with a bunch of friends coming and going. It's going to be great. So super excited about all we have ahead. And the book will be free next Monday as well on ebook. So please jump in, pick up your ebook copy. We'd really appreciate that. And so just very, very excited. You know, if you are struggling with life and life is happening and you don't know where to go, let me tell you, this book will be a huge encouragement to you. There's a lot of information about my cancer journey, about other journeys in my life, a near fatal car accident, other things that happened, and how I dealt with all that. And I just trust God every day, and I'm thankful, and I know that it will bless you. So hope to see you next Monday. Also, I just want to remind you, we are here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. We're always talking to amazing people like our friend Scott today, amazing people who connect. And, I'm a firm believer that connection and community building is the foundation of any good marketing plan, any good business. And so today, connect with people, reach out. Number one, engage with us here in the show. Number two, share this with your friends, get this out there. Share. Let them know that we're on so that they can join the community. You can tag them today. Just let them know what's happening. And I'm telling you, they will be blessed by it because they can connect not only with us, with myself and my guest, Scott, but also they can connect with each other. So many great opportunities. So hope you join us and hope you will do that today. Don't forget also that I, of course, love to connect. And you can connect with me at russhedge.com, russhedge.com. If you know my name, you got it. Just put a .com on it. You're all good to go. Also, subscribe on YouTube today. I'm telling you, our YouTube page is growing by leaps and bounds. All you got to do, if you know the name of the show, you're good to go. Marketing with Russ.live. Marketing with Russ.live is how you get directly to my YouTube page today. And I would love for you to connect with us there as well, because that community is growing and all of the live shows are there as well as short. So the marketing tip of the day we'll do here shortly. All the marketing tips of the day are there. My amazing cat, Maisie. For those of you who know about my beagle, Maddie, she has gone to doggy heaven now, but she is no longer with us and very sad. But we have great videos of Maddie on there as well. So lots of fun stuff. So anyway, so thankful, so blessed, and ready for another day today. So don't forget, next Monday, November 3rd is the big date. Also, just want to remind you that I am so thankful and blessed for our sponsors. And let's see here. Let me get to the right show today. There we go. Showing up perspectives on cancer, Country Vitamins, Liz Lawless, and Healing Wounds. We have so many amazing people that help us do the show, but we're also listener supported. We cannot do this without you. If you want to help and give towards this amazing ministry, I call it, of getting positive words out today, we need that positive message. We need lifting each other up today and helping each other out. So if you want to do that today, you can scan the QR code or go to the link in the comments, and that would be so great. We'd really appreciate that. That helps us to continue to cover the cost and keep broadcasting week after week after week, because we're here every Monday and Thursday. Did I tell you that? 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. And guess what? After we're live, this sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever and on Facebook for 30 days. So you can go back and watch it to your heart's delight. Then it also converts to audio podcasts. So on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, you can also listen. So if you are interested in listening to this instead of watching, there you go. You got all those options. So thankful for all that. Okay. With that, I think we have covered all of the bases. Don't forget, besides Coming Up Life Happens, Then You Choose, all my other books are available at russhedge.com and on Amazon and all of the online booksellers. So you can check that out today. So thankful. Okay, so we're going to do our marketing tip of the day before we get Scott in here today. And every week, this is just a little tidbit to lift you up. And I think today's a good one. Okay, this is centered around the theme of my book. So are you ready? This will get cut out, put out separately on YouTube Shorts and social media, so you can share this separately and help encourage your friends today. All right, here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. Control your life. Don't let your life control you. Control your life. Today you have the power. You have the choice. God has given you the strength and the power to make the choices you need every day to control what happens to you. I understand life is happening all around you all the time. Those things you cannot control. I get that. Things that happen to you are going to happen, but then you get to choose. You get to control where you go from there, what perspective you have, what mindset you have. You get to control the choices you make and the decisions that drive your business, drive your personal life, whatever you're doing. And if you want a good life, more of it is up to you than you know. There is so much of it that is up to you because those things are happening, and the way you deal with them is going to really make a difference of where you go with your business and where you go with your life and your marketing and all that you're doing. So today, control your life. Don't let your life control you. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right. Thanks, everybody. There we go. That'll get cut out separately, and you can share that out today. I really think we need these little snippets every week to just kind of get us going. It helps me out, I know. So, all right, let's get Scott in the room. He is ready to go. Morning, Scott.
Hey, Russ. Good to be here.
Oh, my goodness. So great to see you. And did you have a good weekend?
I did. Awesome.
Excellent. Weekend. All right. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, listen, let's start from the basics and just let everybody know, who in the world is Scott Aaron and what are you up to?
Well, I got about 17 minutes in total, so I got to be really succinct, which is good. Which is kind of tough for me, but I will do my best. So my name is Scott Aaron, originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I now reside in New Jersey, and myself and my wife run 3 different businesses. We have a content repurposing agency. I do private LinkedIn coaching and consulting, which I've been doing for 13 years for coaches, consultants, and service professionals. And together we run a company called The Time to Grow, which has a community/membership component, a DIY course for people that are in the foundation aspect of growing their business. And we have a high-level group coaching mastermind called Expert Authority for 6- and 7-figure business owners looking to grow and scale.
Wow. I'm telling you, you are one busy guy doing lots of things. So what did you do before you got started with all this? How did you get into all that you're doing to help and coach people?
Yeah, so I started in the fitness industry. To make a long story short, I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. My great grandfather was a butcher in South Philadelphia when he uh, uh, migrated here from Eastern Europe to the US. My grandfather, who passed earlier this year at the ripe old age of 97 years old,
Wow.
he was a pharmacist, owned his own pharmacy. My father did follow suit, originally was a pharmacologist, and then broke into the manufacturing and industrial industries and owned various different companies. Then actually broke away from that and started in the physical rehabilitation industry, not as an owner, but as a partner or managing multiple locations that were in gyms. My dad was a fitness buff, still is to this day, is a world record bench press holder in multiple categories. I compete with him now as well. Obviously, I'm a lot lighter than him, but we have a lot of fun. My son is starting to follow suit when he starts lifting next year. He'll be 14.
Wow.
So my father made some questionable business decisions, didn't really know what he was getting into, but the person that he actually linked arms with ended up being a criminal, and my father got wrapped up in a $9.5 million insurance fraud scam, which ended up landing him in federal prison for 2.5 years as I was going into my sophomore year of college. So I was 19 years old, really didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. But in the 6 months prior to conviction to actually going away, my father ended up, with the help of my family and my grandfathers in particular, purchased a failing fitness club in downtown Philadelphia, which enabled us to have some sort of monetary revenue coming in. My mom was working part-time, my sister was in high school, and I was in college, now having to pay my way. It was recommended that I leave the University of Pittsburgh where I was, re-enroll at Temple University in downtown Philadelphia. And I ended up at 19 years old having the keys turned over to me as the owner of this fitness club now. And I had never owned a business. I had never been in charge of people before, but I was thrown into the fire. And I always tell people that sometimes you are dealt hands in life that necessarily you don't like the look of the cards, but sometimes you have to play them anyway and obviously make the most of it, which I did. And I fell in love with the fitness industry. I spent 18 amazing years from 1998 to 2016. I was a personal trainer, sports nutritionist, corporate wellness speaker, had 3 different gyms. And that is where how I landed into LinkedIn, because I was looking to grow the online version of what I was doing in person. And the client avatar that I was serving were business professionals. And I always had people tell me, "Oh, I wish I could work out with you, but I don't live in your area." And I said to myself, well, why don't I try to find these people on a social media platform that would provide that? And I knew it wasn't Facebook. I knew it wasn't going to be Instagram. I knew it had to be a professional networking platform. And that's when I chose LinkedIn 13 years ago to go all in with the online portion. And the fact is that it worked. Within 6 months, I was able to match the revenue that I was making in person as a trainer online. I started telling some friends that were in coaching and consulting about, listen, if your client is a business professional, they're on this platform, you should try what I'm doing. And I ended up teaching a few of my friends what I was doing, that I basically figured out on my own. And they all started getting similar results. They all started generating leads, sales. And one friend in particular said, "You should be teaching this." And I said, "What do you mean teaching this?" He said, "You should be teaching people how to leverage LinkedIn the way that you are and the way that we are now." And I said, I don't know. That's really not connecting the dots for me. He said, "Listen, at the time that we were having this conversation, he's like, you've spent the last 15 years teaching and coaching people how to grow and have the healthiest body possible. You can do the same thing, but you can teach people how to have the best and healthiest business possible." That's when it all clicked for me. And that's when I went all in with my LinkedIn coaching and consulting. I got my system patented. I've written a number of best-selling books. I've been a LinkedIn contributor for a number of years now. I have a wonderful newsletter on the platform called LinkedIn Tips and Updates, that is now almost at 11,000 subscribers. I have a growing YouTube channel that has almost 15,000 subscribers. And I'm all about educating and informing people about LinkedIn. I give away the keys to the castle. If people do want to take the next step and invest in me, that's up to them. I try to give as much free value as possible because I feel like that's the best way to go about doing business.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. In fact, I could tell from our first conversation, you just got a giving heart and you really want to help people. And that is what people see. And I think that is why you've been so successful. And I agree 100%. I am all about LinkedIn and the advantages that they have there, the advantage of reaching out to others. And so, of course, I'm thinking about books right now. Tell us about the best-selling books you've written and all about that, because I'm thinking of all that right now, because I think that's an awesome opportunity to help people.
Thanks. Yeah, I've written six. One I actually co-wrote with my wife. The first book I ever wrote was more of like a personal development journey type book called "Good Guys Always Win." I was severely bullied and picked on as a kid, and I kind of shared a lot of the lessons that I learned about being a people pleaser and being someone who got bullied and how you can come out better on the other side. And then my other books have all been focused on LinkedIn and business and networking and generating leads. I've written two editions of my LinkedIn book for sales and marketing. The most recent one came out a few years ago. I have the third edition in the works right now. The most recent one, which was released a couple years ago, is still very relevant. I've sold probably about 3 or 4,000 copies at this point, which I'm very, very grateful for. It did hit number one bestseller on Amazon. And my wife actually released her first book a couple of years ago, called "How to Grow Your Personal Brand on Social Media." And then just about a year ago, it'll be 2 years in February in 2026. Nancy and I co-authored and co-wrote a book called "The Feel Good Business Model," which is our take on how business should feel, how it should look, and how we have structured our life and our businesses, and the small team that we have helping us now, where we have high profit, high revenue, low overhead, and only have to work 3 days a week. And that's what we want for everybody as well.
Yeah, wow. I tell you, that is a lot. And we're going to do this a couple times, but while people are watching, tell them how they get in touch with you for more information. And then I have another direction I want to go.
Sure. Yeah. You can find all my books on Amazon. Just type in Scott Aaron. The best way to connect with me, obviously, is on LinkedIn. So you can just search Scott Aaron Coach and I'll come right up there. I do 2 free LinkedIn live trainings every week, Mondays and Thursdays from 10 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And I also, like I mentioned, have that growing LinkedIn newsletter called LinkedIn Tips and Updates, which I love writing every single Friday. It's chock full of a ton of information, ton of resources. And my wife and I always run free LinkedIn workshops. And the final one that we have coming up is actually November 24th and November 25th, called The Expert's Edge, where we teach our strategy of how to create high engaging content on LinkedIn that positions you as an expert, generates leads, sales, and growth in your business.
Okay, so you've been very successful, and I understand what a lot of people are watching. They're thinking, man, Scott's got it all together. He's got it figured out, man. I don't even know where to start. So where do you start with people?
So I always tell people the best place to start is with your profile, just because it's like a homepage to a website. So you do have to make sure that it's optimized the right way. I do have a free download on my website, scottaaron.net, which gives you the 6 keys of how to start best optimizing your LinkedIn profile, from your headline to your background banner to your about section, the experience section, even tips on the education portion, but also personal recommendations, which to me is the most valuable aspect of your LinkedIn profile. So if anyone goes to my profile and goes to the recommendation section, you'll see close to 550 personal recommendations I've received over the last number of years. And that's just to show that I've helped a lot of people along the way.
Right.
And when people get the results, they'll be willing to do that. So you have to make sure that you're optimizing your LinkedIn profile from the search engine optimization aspect of what is my ideal client searching for? What keywords are they pumping into the search engine that would allow my profile to populate in that search result? So when you build out your profile from that perspective, using those specific keywords, like I mentioned, in the background banner, in your headline, your about section, and experience section, it's going to position you for better success.
Well, I agree 100%. In fact, when I go to LinkedIn and I see people without a background banner, with nobody engaging with them, no recommendations, all that kind of stuff, it makes me question, number one, if they're a real person and their whole reason for being there, and if they're really there. I think if you want people to engage with you, you're so right. I mean, have your profile together, make sure that people, are recommending you and things are happening. And I think that is so, so great. Okay. So I know our time is already winding down, but what I wanted to do again is have you tell people you got an upcoming workshop. How
Mhm.
can they get involved with you? The things you got coming up, make sure that people know.
Yeah, so I can drop the link in the chat for everyone.
Perfect.
Our workshop is called The Expert's Edge. So if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you are in professional services, it's actually going to be on my LinkedIn profile. It's called The Expert's Edge. You can also, in the comments section on the LinkedIn Live, if you just type the word me, M-E, I will jump on here after and comment back and give you the direct link. So if you're that coach, that consultant, that service professional that really feels that your content is lacking, not just in creativity, but in visibility, where it's just falling short, no one's engaging, no one's liking, no one's reposting, and you really feel that there's significant value in how you can actually show up on the platform, you just don't know how to do it. That is exactly what Nancy and I teach in that 2-day workshop called The Expert's Edge. So you're going to learn our framework, our systems, and our strategy around what content you should be posting, how often to post it, the structure of it, and how to get more engagement organically without any of the spammy and slimy tactics that a lot of people have on LinkedIn right now. Again, it's from November 24th to November 25th from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's live and recorded. It's a 2-day workshop. We're trying to get people fired up and pumped up before Thanksgiving. So our big belief, and this is something that I kind of want to leave you with, Russ, when the calendar hits Q4, it's really Q1 for myself and Nancy. We don't believe in waiting until January 1st to start setting up our success and the goals that we have. So we really like to give people as much value prior to the holidays and prior to the turn of the new year so they can get a head start, because we know that it takes a couple weeks to start planning out things. So in reality, if someone waits until January 1st to kind of get going with what they want to achieve, they're really not going to be putting the car in drive from neutral until at least February. So if you can get started on that stuff right now in November, you're rocking and rolling in December. So by the time the calendar turns over, you are on your way to achieving every and all goals that you have for the upcoming year.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is so good. That is so good. Well, listen, I tell you, you get me fired up. I am ready to go and very thankful that we had you on even for a short time today. We're going to have you back again because you have so much information. And make sure everybody that's watching, first of all, his LinkedIn is ticking along the bottom. All of Scott's contact links are clickable in the show notes and the comments. Please go to him today. Share this with your friends, especially those that need somebody with the kind of energy, passion, and ability that he has. And I appreciate you so much, Scott. I know you got places to go. Do you have anything else you want to say before we let you run?
Yeah, I'll leave everybody with this. You know, business doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be challenging. It doesn't have to be full of resistance and barriers. I feel like a lot of those things are self-inflicted, and that's not to anyone's fault. There's a lot of noise out there right now. There's a lot of marketing tactics. There's a lot of people spending money on areas and aspects of their business that they really shouldn't. And what Nancy and I really pride ourselves on, not just being givers in business, but being solution oriented person. And we always remind people we would not be growing each and every year as a company and as a business if we weren't getting results for people. We wouldn't be doing what we're doing if we weren't getting results for people. And we wouldn't still be showcasing the way that we are and putting ourselves out there the way that we are if we weren't getting results for people. And I'll just say it one last time. When you exist in business, you're not existing in business for yourself, you're existing in business for everyone else. Because the success that we are having is because of the success that the people that we are working with are having. So
Yeah.
when you start thinking about helping people in business and growing a business, take the spotlight off of yourself and put the spotlight on the people that you want to see achieve, because there is no greater achievement that Nancy and I can have than when we hear from the clients and the people that we work with in our programs that they are getting results and they're having the best year that they've ever had. There's
Right.
nothing, there's nothing that fills our business cup more than that. So as you're listening to this, as you're watching this, really let that sink in. Are you more focused on you and not enough focused on those that you want to serve? And if you
Right.
are focused too much on yourself, you got to flip the script if you want to grow the business that you deserve.
Oh, absolutely. I'm telling you, servant leadership is where it's at. Serving other people, leading them the way that they really need to go. And you have so much value. Appreciate you so much, Scott. Again, we're going to have you back on. I appreciate you. And I know you got to run. So have a blessed and awesome day. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks, Russ. Appreciate you. Grateful to have you on me here today. Looking forward to doing it again. And I hope everyone took a lot away from this.
All right. See you soon, my friend.
Thanks, Russ.
Wow. I tell you, amazing. Scott is a guy you got to definitely tie into for sure. He has got so much wisdom and will help you. And I'm telling you, I'm going to put his information back on the screen again, how to connect with him, because I tell you, you want to reach out to him today for sure. Here's the information he put up about one of the workshops he has going on. Definitely want to tune into that. And we also have all of his connection information that will pop up again in the comments and in the show. It's in the show notes as well. Here you go. And so today, click on this, connect with Scott, and make sure and help your business grow. I'm telling you, we're all about connection and community building. And this is all about building community and helping each other grow, like he was talking about, not just focus on yourself, focus on others. So thankful for that. Okay. The other thing that I have for you is I want to tell everybody that we have, again, next week, right behind me. Woohoo! Life happens and then you choose. There you go. Life happens and then you choose. The book release is coming up on the 3rd of November. Super excited about that. Woo! There you go. There's the book. Life happens and then you choose. Get rid of the comments here so you can actually see that. I have too many things going on here. There we go. All right. And also want to remind you that coming up next Monday, we have live streams. Yes, we do. Okay. So first of all, here we go. This was today's, and thankful for all the sponsors I said earlier today. Showing up perspectives on cancer, cut your vitamins, Liz Lawless, and Healing Wounds. Thank you so much. Next week, we have Marketing with Russ starting at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Will be our first show. Open link, and I have a ton of my friends coming to celebrate with us the book launch. The book will be free on ebook on Amazon on Monday, so you definitely want to check that out. Then right after that, we're going to go the Experience Local live with Russ and Scott. Scott is going to be interviewing me about the book, and we want you to jump in and comment and celebrate with us. Then at 4 p.m., another open link. Friends will be coming and going on Russ Reels Live. And again, celebrating the book throughout the entire day. The book will be free on ebook, and you definitely want to take advantage of that. But I'm telling you, it looks amazing. This is the paperback version, but also have it in hardback, and looking at getting it also in audiobook as well. So that's pretty exciting. That'll be coming up later, but it's currently as of next Monday will be available in paperback, hardback, and on ebook. So looking forward to you joining us next week. All that information is in all my social media. Go to russedge.com to connect with me on whatever you want to do. In fact, we'll put that up here again. russedge.com is hiding here. There we go. russedge.com today, all the information about me. Please also do not forget to subscribe on YouTube at marketingwithruss.live. That's YouTube at marketingwithruss.live. And you can still share this out and tag your friends, even if the show's over or you're watching on replay, whatever. This show sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days. You also can listen to it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So I wish you would do that today as well. Super excited. The celebration continues. Please keep sharing out all the information about the book. Appreciate all of you guys. And, there's a lot of my cancer journey in there. So would love to talk to you about that. And I am celebrating, as of the last few weeks, as many of you know, they found no cancer in my body from stage 4 to no cancer in just a year. Pretty amazing. God is good. Okay, until next week. Listen, we will see you then. And don't forget, we're going over to the Experience Local live with Russ and Scott next. So please join us over there because we will be there and ready to go with another amazing show with Liz Lawless, who is my book publisher. And she is amazing. So until then, till next week or until Thursday when we're back. That's right. We're back here on Marketing with Russ Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Have an awesome week, everybody. See ya.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.